Hello class and welcome to Nursing 265 Pharmacology. This is a follow-up class to the one that you just completed, which was 165, and this is now 265. Most of the assignments, discussions, etc. in this class are pretty much like what you did in your past class. So I want you to spend a few minutes overviewing the syllabus and requirements for this class so that you are well prepared to move ahead. So first of all, again, my name is Diane Libanowski. I probably know most of you from Pharmacology 165. I do have office hours set up. If you would like to get a hold of me, please give me a call or send me an email saying I want to meet with you. These are my office hours by appointment, or if you really need to meet some other time, give me a call or an email and we can talk. I'm here for you. I'm here for you to be successful. So please communicate with me if you have a question or a need. I will show you some other places to put questions when we get to the discussion area. Again, this course is built on Pharmacology 1. You should have completed Pharmacology 1 and 131 and 165. I'm not going to go through the course learning outcomes. You will see those every week when we post the announcements and many times in the discussion. You do need to use Karsh 2017. One very important resource for you to use is your library resources, so LIRN or EBSCOhost. Make sure that you use those, especially if you're citing sources and need sources for your discussion threads or any other assignments. If you do need help, you can call Eaglegate Support. These are their hours. If you are working on Canvas and you are having a problem, call Canvas Support. Sometimes you can call me. However, I'm an hour ahead and I know Sunday nights later in the evening is a popular time. I may not answer after 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, so these are some other ways to get help when you cannot reach me. When it comes to Prep U, you can call them. They are open every day of the week except Saturday. And again, they are open Sunday evenings, and if you're having problems, give them a call. I'm not going to go through this area. I think you already know how much time you need to be successful in this class. I do want to highlight a few areas here. One of the most important things is not to plagiarize. Plagiarize is an incredibly serious offense that you can end up getting expelled from a college if you are caught plagiarizing. So you want to be very careful. Plagiarizing means you're taking someone else's work and not giving them credit. So if you are using a source, make sure you're giving credit for the source. If you are using a direct quote, make sure it's in quotation marks. And make sure that if you are doing a discussion thread, it is your own work. Sometimes it's hard if you're reading discussions and then you're further down to come up with something that is unique. I suggest you do your own work first and then go back and read others and then answer your replies, because I think that's really hard after you've read many posts to come up with something original. Late work. Your late work must be submitted by Sunday 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Anything after that which is an assignment will receive a 10% grade reduction on the first day, 20% on the second day, and 30% on the third day. All tests must be completed by Sunday night, 11:59 Mountain Standard Time, except for your last week of the class, which ends on a Friday. That has to be done that Friday evening by 11:59 Mountain Standard Time. Your Prep U is graded Monday morning when I put in attendance, so that again must be completed by Sunday 11:59 Mountain Standard Time. Discussion threads are to be posted by Wednesday, and then you may enter on 2 other days to reply to your students, but they do need to be posted on time. I feel very bad when I have to take off points for late assignments. It's wasted points. They eat away at your grade and you don't want to go there. So just make sure that everything is done in a timely manner. We do take attendance Monday mornings and Wednesday. So we take attendance for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on Thursday morning, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on Monday morning. That just means you're showing up for the class. It's like any other class. If you were on ground, did you show up or taking attendance? And that basically is what that is. When it comes to the last week of class, week 15, there is no discussion. I think week 8 and 16 there's no discussion, but there are assignments that you can spread out through the week, so you can do one early in the week and one late in the week, so you can maintain your attendance or perfect attendance. Civility just means make sure that you talk, post, or address everybody by their first name. You may address me by Diane, Professor, whatever you feel comfortable with. That is fine with me. Okay, moving down to your evaluation. Again, it's discussions, exams and quizzes. There are some written assignments, Prep U, case studies, and class participation. So please be aware of that. And we're moving down into the various assignments. The unit tests, they take up a fair amount of points. So does your discussion, your final exam. You have Prep U. You have a pharmacology test, and then you have an on-ground pharmacology test towards the end of the 15 weeks. I will be letting you know about that. Your med classification cards and a reverse care plan and a few VSIM assignments. One of the things I'm going to talk about here is how I grade the discussion board so that you know up front. So when you are putting in a post, make sure that you're using a scholarly reference. That's where your library resources come in. Make sure that when you post, you include a citation and a reference. So you're giving credit where credit is due. In that citation, if you've used a direct quote, then make sure that you cite a page number or a paragraph number if it's from a website. When it comes to contributions to learning, I'm looking here for, did you answer the discussion post appropriately, and did you answer all parts? So if I ask you to include the Glasgow-Coma scale in your thread, I'm going to be looking for that, and that would mean a difference between possibly 4 or 5 points. So make sure you're doing that. If you have a VSIM assignment, it needs to be done before you post. Make sure you do that. I am able to see the dates that you completed the assignment, and that will make a difference in your grade. Netiquette means you're addressing by name. This is where I take off for APA. Pretty much everything you learned in NUR265, you are expected to maintain that standard. And again, here's timeliness. I'm not going to go through each one of these assignments, but I would strongly suggest that you put all your assignments on a work calendar or due date so that you know when things are available. Probably one of the most important due dates is the last week of the class, where the class ends on a Friday, not a Sunday. So you don't want to miss that very important due date. The next thing I'm going to take you to is the Pages tab. And in this Pages tab, there's very important information here. You can watch the orientation video. Here's your library learning resources. Here's your catalog if you have any questions, and how to read your feedback if you have questions about that. I definitely, every semester or every 7 weeks or 8 weeks, I would review these because we do want you to be using APA format, and a good review is always good. If you have any questions about support or Canvas help, everything is listed here, and that is for your benefit. So please take a look at this page. I do have an announcement on how to set up notifications. I don't have that. I will have that posted in the announcements. I think it's very important to read your announcements. There's so much information in there. I know sometimes they get bulky, but please read your announcements. Set it up in notifications that if I do send out an announcement, you get a ding or something that says, I just sent out an announcement in case there's important information. So please make a habit of reading those every week. They're starting on Friday for the next week, so you can go ahead and do that. Discussions. When it comes to discussions, the first thing I want you to do is introduce yourself on the Eagle Gate Cafe. I've already added my post, but I'm happy to hear from you and what you have to say about yourself. This is just a fun little post. The next thing is questions for instructors. Please post any questions there because your fellow student classmate might have that same question, so then we will all know the answers. You have one discussion a week, and that is you can start posting by Sunday. Make sure that you are not posting anytime sooner than Sunday. And here's an example of your first question. Again, I have more information down here. I would actually read both of these, and if there's information, they should be both the same, but sometimes I put a little bit more information in here. So stop and scroll down here. So here is your first discussion question. I think you're going to find this class exciting because we get into more exciting drugs. So that's a good thing. I don't really have anything else that I want to cover in this overview. Please feel free to ask me any questions. I will set up a meeting, a question and answer session, so that after you review this, you can come to that meeting and ask any questions you might have. I'm looking forward to working with you this semester. Pharmacology is fun and exciting, and as a nurse, you will be passing many meds, and it is so important to know what you're passing, side effects, those kinds of things. So, see you online.